What's up guys? So it is the, see the date there, it's the 8th of August today. Alright, so you guys saw in the morning we checked in, our weight 78.8 kilos. So right now we have basically been already below 79 constantly. I'm a more like around it. Okay, so on Saturday I actually weighed at my lowest, it was 77.7 kilos. But I slept over my friend's place on Friday night, so Saturday morning I didn't really weigh myself. I went for futsal immediately in the morning, got done at futsal, then came home, then I was able to weigh myself, then it was 77.7, and I was sweating like crazy during futsal and all that. So I'm not really going to count that, but we're just going to put that number there, right? Because we're tracking everything just for more data, just to understand our body and all that. So right now about 78.8. So right now it shows that okay, if I don't have much water on me, I'm about 1 to 1.5 kilos lighter, which is amazing. So right now game plan is for this week, by end of this week. I did say last week that hopefully by today, which is Monday, I'll be at the low 78s. Unfortunately I was a bit higher, but that could also be due to my high carb day yesterday, because yesterday was my leg day. So let's just see how it goes on the next 2-3 days, how my weight plays around. But one thing's for sure guys, looking in the mirror and when I'm training, I am so much more vascular now, and there's so much of science. And I'm going to talk to you guys about body fat levels, like in terms, that's the title of this video, right? Okay, like how to track your body fat levels without you actually using a body fat machine. Because if you guys notice now at this current gym, we don't have like an in-body or a Tanita or anything like that to actually track your body fat percentages, correct? So how do you actually track it without a weighing scale like that to show us the numbers, right? That's the title of this video. I'll show it to you guys, I'll tell and I'll explain to you guys everything after this, because I'm going to show you guys some exciting times, man. Okay, so I just placed an order for my office, more stuff I'm getting. So these are the things I'm getting. You guys can see. Let me use my mouse so it's easier. Okay, I needed a keyboard and a mouse because it's honestly just insanely tough to just keep using the keyboard here, just like this over here. So that's that. We got a whiteboard because I just need to visualize and keep putting things down, noting it down. Right now doing it all on papers, it's helpful, but when I have it, like I'm gonna put it right there. I'll show you guys once I'm like I get it and I do the room up. Alright, and then we've got a little, this is a monitor riser. Basically it's like a little, like let's just say my monitor's right now over here. I'm gonna put a riser so the monitor's higher. There is some space, so once I get the keyboard, when I'm not using it, I put it back in there. Okay, so I'm just thinking ahead. And last thing, we're getting this tripod over here. So this is actually for my camera that I'm using right now, because I'm currently using this Gorilla Pod, which is like that, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but you can move it, twist and all that thing. But the problem is it's so hard to stabilize it sometimes, and when it comes to like filming in certain areas, the angle is just too low, and for me to bring the camera up higher, I gotta put something and I gotta place. It's just annoying. Okay, this thing actually goes up to 100 cm, which is insane. Okay, it's almost half my height, so I can literally do it from any angle after this. So again, convenience just helped me out. All of this costed me about 791 ringgit, aka 800 ringgit. Today is 8/8, so I decided to place the order today because I was hoping there was like an 8/8 sale. The sale was pretty pathetic. There's nothing much actually, to be honest with you. But it's okay, fuck it. It's just investments for, you know, company use and all that. So right now, okay, that's super bright over there. We're gonna have pre-workout meal. You guys already know, wholemeal bread, strawberry jam, and then we're gonna actually train chesticles. All right. And the crazy thing is, in the next video, I'm doing a full day of eating already. So if you guys saw the previous video, the whole carb cycling, please watch that video if you haven't. I'm going to link it right here, because I explain in terms of my high carb, low carb days and all that, what's my macros. So when I do that full day of eating, it is most likely going to be either a very low carb day or a very high carb day. So please watch that video, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, the content, information and all that. Because if you get a video 100 likes, then I will actually publish the full day of eating video for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to train chesticles. I'll take you guys through it, okay? And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, what's up guys? So it's the 10th of August right now, okay? You guys can see that. And for today's check-in, literally on Wednesday morning, we hit an all new low weight, man, 78.4. So topic of this video, how to track your body fat percentages if you do not have like a body fat scale machine that shows you the exact number in terms of like percentage wise and all that. I'm going to share with you guys that right now. Okay, so before we start, okay, I'm going to share, it's just a very easy introduction. Okay, I wrote everything down in my notes because it's just in case if I miss any points for you guys, but I'm going to keep it short and simple. Alright, now when it comes to body fat levels, right, every one of us stores body fat differently. Literally, example, let's just say it's me right now. My body fat levels could be about 13%, and then let's just say there's an X person right here, someone else, right? His body fat could be 13% as well, but that does not mean wherever he stores his body fat will look exactly or will be exactly like mine. We might not look the same. The reason why, even though our body fat percentages might be the same, I might store more body fat maybe around this area. He might store more body fat maybe around here, or maybe his upper back, maybe more on his legs, his glutes. It really depends. It really varies with everyone. So we all store body fat differently. Hence why some people, when you see they shred down, they tend to get very lean, or they lean out their abs first. Maybe for some people, more towards their facial first, alright? But one thing's for sure, for majority of the people, like almost everyone, we all tend to store very stubborn fat around this area. And this area is what is called visceral fat, okay? So we've got two types of fat, visceral and subcutaneous. Subcutaneous is the one under your skin, which is around this area, which is much more easier to lean out. That's why when you see someone who's dieting, most of the time, for almost everyone, you tend to lose body fat pretty quick at other areas, your limbs, your face, your upper back. But the last one, the toughest one, is this particular area. Alright, so that's the first thing. Second thing, now when it comes to body fat levels, how much body fat can you drop? Let's just say I'm starting off at a 15% body fat level, and I have a friend who's starting off at 30% body fat level. Of course, he's going to lose body fat much faster because it's a much more higher starting point. So the room for him to actually improve is a bigger room. Now when you're dropping from a 15% to maybe just even a 10%, that's a pretty big jump, because at your starting point itself, your body fat levels are pretty decently low. Alright, so hence why it could be a bit more easier if that person who starts off with a 30% body fat, dropping his body fat levels down. But again, you need to respect the main principle that, like I said, when it comes to fat loss, which is you being in a caloric deficit. Again, alright, so third thing, metabolism adaptation. Now, as you are dieting over a long period of time, your body's metabolism will adapt to whatever you're doing. That's the beauty about the human body. We adapt to everything we do, and that includes our metabolism levels as well. So let's just say, for example, right now, you start off your diet at maybe about 2,500 calories, and you're doing that week in, week out, every day for 3 months straight. You will hit a plateau. Why? Your fat loss must start to reduce or start to slow down, and you will hit a plateau. Hitting a plateau basically means you're not seeing progress anymore. So what do? Because your metabolism has adapted to basically the amount of calories that you're eating, burning, consuming in a day. Alright? So of course, as your body fat levels drop, your body weight is going to drop as well. Okay, I'll get to that point when it comes to body weight. Okay, so your metabolism will adapt. So when it comes to dropping body fat levels, understand that over time you need to make certain adjustments to increase the deficit of yours. Alright, and there's a couple of ways to do it. Like I said before, either you increase your caloric output, which is the amount you're burning, use cardio as a fat loss tool, for example, or you reduce your caloric intake, whatever you're intaking into your system, right? Your food, right? Some people start off with maybe 2,000 calories, and then they gradually increase the deficit, reducing your total caloric intake per day from 2,000 after 4 weeks, 1,009 after 4 weeks, 1,008. But this all comes down with you, alright? Your starting point, your body type, and most importantly, understanding and respecting the main principle of you being in a caloric deficit. Alright, again, not a deficit, you're not going to drop body fat levels. Pretty simple. Okay, now like I said just now as well, the most important thing, we all react differently. Any kind of diet works, but the main rule, correct? So the best way to do this is always through trial and error. If you're not doing through trial and error, it's pretty hard. Alright, because the diet might work for you, but you want to understand what truly works best for you so that it is sustainable over a longer period of time. You don't want to just lose all that body fat, look good for maybe a couple of months, and then just go back to your worst again. That's the last thing you want. You're not doing just for physical appearances. We're also doing this for our overall health, our overall well-being. You gotta look at it like that. Okay, super important. Alright, so as you're also losing your body fat levels, understand that right now what I'm doing, I'm trying to drop my body fat levels pretty low, guys. Okay, I'm trying to drop it to somewhere around, like, honestly 8, 9, 10%. Now that is considered really low. Now what is considered healthy for most individuals like myself around my age, or if you're in your 20s up to even like 30, 35, your body fat levels somewhere around 12 to 15 is pretty healthy already, like very healthy. Alright, now when it comes to females, you normally just add about 5% on top of that, so it's somewhere around there for your numbers as well. And how it works is pretty simple. A lot of people, they see so much of people on socials, like from Instagram to TikTok and all that, and they see so many people shredded. Understand one thing, the better you look physically, the more shittier you're gonna feel. That's just how it is, right? Now as you're dieting down, you're shredding down. Maybe like I said earlier, from 30% you're dropping to 25%. Won't be that tough. 25 to 20, it'll be a little bit tougher. 20 to 15 is going to get a whole lot more tougher. 15 to just 12 is going to get a lot more tougher. Why? You're going to have to make certain sacrifices. You're going to have to increase your calorie deficit. You're probably not going to eat as much anymore. You're probably going to have to do more cardio. You're going to be extremely tired. So that's what happens, alright? So when it comes to you chasing after that shredded physique, logically speaking, realistically speaking, it is not worth it. Alright, because it's just not worth it. But if it's something you want to do for a one-time thing, you just want to see how hard you can push yourself, you're doing for a photo shoot, video shoot, you're literally competing, then yes, go all out, alright? But understand there's multiple sacrifices, and it's not, and honestly speaking, when it comes to you just being 10% below, 8%, 7%, even 6% body fat, it is not healthy. Like I said, the healthy range for me, any individuals around 20 plus, 12 to 15% is extremely healthy. Anything less than 10%, your body fat levels are extremely low. Hence why your body can't sustain it, alright? Because it's in a very uncomfortable position. It doesn't really want to be there. Some people, quote unquote, are genetically gifted, so they can hold very low body fat levels. Some people just can't, right? But that does not mean you should be extremely on the higher side as well. Somewhere around 12, 15, even 16, 17 is still perfectly fine, depending on you, alright? The average person, honestly, 12 to 15 is absolutely amazing already, alright? Now, most importantly, okay, with all this, how do you go like from a 15% to a 10%? Just like how you went from a 20% to a 15%. Caloric deficit, alright? Decrease your caloric intake. If you hit a plateau, you're not seeing progress anymore. Or increase your cardio. Use cardio as a tool for fat loss, right? That's how you increase your net caloric balance, your caloric deficit, okay? And those are ways to overcome if you hit a plateau. So how do you go from 15 to 10? Do exactly what you're doing before this, but increase the intensity of everything that you're doing. That's just how it works, okay? Being in a caloric deficit is what gets you there. Alright, some people just don't understand. They assume like, okay, I see this guy shredding down in like 3 months, 12 weeks program. How did he do it? Why can't I do it? Again, depends on your starting point. Do you have experience in this? Muscle memory, have you trained? Have you done the shred challenge before, right? This is my 4th time shredding. That's why I know, okay, it takes me this long to achieve this. The first time I ever shredded down, it took me 6 months. Alright, so when I saw people on YouTube did it in like 3 months, I couldn't like figure out how, right? Even if I ate so less and all that, it's pretty simple. Your body has never been in that state before. It's completely new to it. That's why when you see lots of people, when they bulk and cut, they do it over and over and over again. They get better every year. It's because of muscle maturity, alright? Over time, your muscle matures, it understands what you're doing. At the same time, your body understands, okay, he's doing this, he's cutting down. We've been there before, so let's get there and see how much muscle you do. Things like this happen over time. Again, trust the process, alright? It took you 6 months the first time. The second time, in that 6 months, you've learned so much. The second time you do your cut, it might take you only 5 months. It might take you only 4 months. It really depends on you. But the goal is take your time with this. Majority of my clients, majority of the people that I know, when it comes to losing body fat, especially the first time, if you're dropping even from a 15% to maybe an 8%, it might take you up to 6 months because it's your first time. So relax, don't rush the process, trust the process, don't compare your physique to anyone else's. Okay, we are all built the same anatomically, alright? But we're also all built differently. We all react differently to just certain foods and all that, alright? So understanding what works best for you, understanding that's what like suits your lifestyle is what's going to give you that edge over sustaining it over a longer period of time, alright? So how do you track your body fat levels? Pretty simple. When you don't have a scale or machine, right? I always get this question like, where do you check your body fat levels? My previous gym actually had, the light just switched off, it's pretty scary, alright? My previous gym actually had a body fat machine, now we don't, right? And so how do I track my body fat levels? Pretty simple. First things first, vascularity. Now, when it comes to vascularity, right, it means your veins. If you start getting more vascular than how you were a month ago and you've been dieting down, it means your body fat levels are dropping. Why? You see your skin. Underneath your skin is your fat. Right under your fat is where your muscle is at, okay? So as that fat level starts to decrease, that's when you become more vascular, veins are more visible. Hence why you see people with very low body fat levels normally are very vascular among your arms, chest, legs, abs. It all depends how low your body fat levels are, alright? So vascularity, seeing your veins just appear, new veins you've never seen in your life, that's how you know your body fat levels are dropping. Whatever you're doing is actually working. Second thing, muscle definition. For example, as you start to shed more body fat, you will start to see the definition of your muscles way more obvious. You'll start to see striations, the little fibers you start seeing while you're training that you've never seen before. those are all signs that your body fat levels are dropping. Alright, another good example, as you lose fat over here, your abs start to get visible. Why? It's not because you never had abs, you've always had abs, but all those abs has always been blocked by that layer of fat on top of it. So again, another way to track your body fat levels, if you start seeing much more muscle definition. And it starts off slow, guys. Alright, there's no way every week you're gonna see that. No. One day when you wake up after 6 weeks of dieting and you'll be like, shit, fuck, it's actually happening. You start seeing new things you've never seen before. That's just how it works, alright? Third thing, measurements. When I say measurements, it's not about the machine, it's about using a tape. You can always use a tape, measure your arms, measure your legs, your quads, you know, your calves, your chest, your hips, your waist, alright, and keep those measurements. As your measurements drop, you will know for a fact your size is reducing. Of course, that can indicate you could be also be losing muscle, or also you could be losing fat. It really depends, right? So that's when you respect rule 1 and 2, vascularity and also muscle definition, okay? Fourth is your clothing. When you wear your pants, you will know. You start losing body fat levels around here, your pants might get more loose, right? Pretty simple basic stuff, okay? And fifth one is just the body fat machine. Pretty simple, that's about it. Alright, if you don't have, follow this 4 best ways, alright? And there's one ultra most important, like I kid you not, the best way, the best way to track your body fat is pictures. I'm gonna put a picture of me right here. Literally just taking a picture at the same angle, same lighting, but just on 2 different dates, maybe like a before, after 4 weeks, after 2 weeks, you will be able to see the difference. If you don't see the difference, then you know whatever you're doing is not working. So it's time to switch it up. Again, trial and error. That's just how it works, alright? So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Alright, I'm just trying to give out as much value as I can. We're all on this journey together. I have been shredding down and everything's been going great. We're hitting new low weight every week right now as well, so I'm really happy with that. Diet's getting tougher, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. The vlogs after this are going to get a little bit more personal, and because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about in a sense where, like, when you're dieting, how you feel and all that, and I want to document the journey. So give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content so far, so that I know you guys actually like it, and I'll keep putting out more content for y'all. My goal is pretty simple, just to help as many people as I can, inspire like how I was inspired, and yeah, man, honestly, yeah, and to document the whole journey, so that one day I can just sit back and watch this. So with that being said, hope you guys are killing it as well. The shreds go on. I'll see you guys next week, I guess. Peace.